The bar reloaded for the hoes that wanna see me. I ain't hiding, I should sponsor a meet and greet. If your nigga come to me, boo, just relax. I just want the money, baby, I'm sending them back. Baby, I'm thick, I throw it back and that's that pressure. I might make them say my name, but that can measure. Yeah, you cute, but can you handle this white paper? It really don't matter, baby, just hand me my fee. Keep it 100, you keep it 100, I'ma need a stat. Quit the talking, baby, we can cut the cash. Hoes mad, and bitches bitter. After he tap out, he can go back to being a nigga. Good morning, y'all. Today is Tuesday Tea with Honey, and I'm gonna just talk about a few things that I've had on my mind. I was just gonna do a quick debate review with Cedric and Sakori because Sakori was doing so much complaining, but I'll just talk about that in a minute. So I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna talk about Spain showing love to the women. I'll give some thoughts about 50 Cent and his Diddy documentary. Then all the straight males can leave because I'm going to talk about one of my favorite podcasters. And that's going to be it. That's my Tuesday Tea with Honey. So we can sit back and relax. So right now, I'm going to start the debate review. Corey and Cedric had a debate on Saturday. Okay. And it was on Paradigm Shift. I don't know why I couldn't think of Paradigm Shift. What? It was on Paradigm Shift. So I'm pulling it up right there. That's it. It's on Paradigm Shift. So it was about the origins of Homo sapien, right? And y'all know how I am. Even Cedric said something when he brought it, but he wanted to make sure that he was clear that he was talking about modern humans when he made this debate topic. Okay. And everybody was clear that it was about modern humans. We were clear on this. This is what this debate is supposedly about. So, Homo sapiens, okay, regardless of how weird the term is, that we know is modern, okay. So, Corey was arguing that they were coming from North America, and of course, Cedric is arguing that clearly they're from Africa, right? Cedric is bringing up first of all, for me, I'm really, really, really analytical of debates and debaters and stuff like that. Analyze everything that they do. And Corey seemed to have did his homework on Cedric because he knows that Cedric likes the consensus. He knows that Cedric does all this stuff. He even said it, you all are going to hear my opponent say the consensus a lot, but the consensus isn't everything. And you know what I'm saying? All of this, right? I'm going to say this. It was very, 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 very it was very entertaining. The debate was entertaining for sure because I could understand Cedric's complete frustration because Corey decided to say that they were from the Americas and he decided to go with the fact that the oldest primates or something, he felt like the oldest primates are from America. Okay. And so that's what he argued. He argued that the primates were from America. Well, this is my thing here with that argument. And that was my problem with the judges. Right? I always have a problem. You know what I'm saying? I do. I think Cedric won. Cedric won this in the first round. There was no reason to continue the debate. There was no reason to keep going on. He won in the first round. He not only told you what the consensus was, he told you why it was the consensus. He told you 3 different fields of study in which it was the consensus. He told you every single thing you needed to know about human beings, where they come from, and why they are what they are, and why they say that, and everything. He did great as far as telling everybody his side of this argument and why it was so irrefutable. It literally was no reason to continue. It wasn't, right? Um, but we have Takori arguing for primates. Okay, so I just want everybody to realize that yes, Homo sapiens are primates, right? That's the order, right? So when we're talking about the origin of Homo sapiens, the species, right? You're looking for the origin of the species. So you kind of look for other species that they came from, even the genus Homo. But if you wanted to go all the way to primate, to Corey, why didn't you just keep going? What made you stop at order? Why didn't you go to class? Why didn't you go to phylum? Why didn't you go to kingdom? Why didn't you go to domain? Why didn't you go to the beginning of life itself? Like what made you stop at order and decide that this was going to be the authority that you landed on? Because you know what I'm saying. Well, the primate, we're primates, and first primates was here and there. Like that. That really, that argument didn't help you, right? Because it was just like what, you know what I'm saying, because that's not the origin of our species. You're talking about the origin of our order, and the debate was about the origin of the species. So regardless if we are primates, we're also mammals, we're also all these other things that's on here. What made you stop there and say yes, I'm gonna stick to primate and decide that this is our origin? No, the origin of our species isn't at the order, right? That's not the origin of our species alone. That's the origin of our order. And you should have like you didn't think that through, right? So it was like right string, wrong yo yo. You feel me? Did you have peer review sources? Yes, they were just irrelevant, right? So you going through the debate talking about I got a peer review source here, the peer review source here. It doesn't really matter if it's a peer review source, um, if the peer review source is irrelevant to the debate. There's plenty of peer review sources, right? That doesn't mean that this is going to prove your point, and your point was irrelevant to the debate. Like you literally just didn't even come to the debate. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to be like on your side. I really wanted to see like what you was coming with, and you had a great debate for something else, but it wasn't for the debate that you came for. Like that was not for the topic at hand. I saw the frustration with Cedric because it was like I don't know, I don't even know what else to do. Like his rebuttal round, literally what he did is all he could do, which was like scold you for really not taking it serious. And if that was you taking it serious, like I don't understand how. Like you would have to do a deep dive, sir, and explain that to me because that was crazy. Like it was crazy. Like all he could do is scold you. It was nothing to do. It was over. His first round really sealed the debate. It really did. And it was just nothing else you can do. And so the issue that I kind of had with the judges is I understand that they really want to like give y'all a chance. I think because they were talking about how like the Corey didn't know how to pronounce things, which of course, yes, those things are hard to pronounce. But like if you can't pronounce them, I would suggest you practicing. Like Google pronounces for you, right? You could have practiced that. You could, because it does make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about, right? But even besides that, you could have pronounced them all perfectly and you would have still lost because you were off topic. The topic was about the species and you was stuck on order, and it made no sense. It absolutely made no sense there. And they gave you so much, like the judges, they're all like, you presented an argument that relied more heavily on theoretical assertions. You didn't actually. You gave it was irrelevant. Like they tried to give you way more than what you did. They were really nice. The judges were so nice to you. Maybe I just wanted to cut your throat, right? But they were very nice to you. They said that you gave something about theoretical assertions and interpretive frameworks. They basically were trying to act like you were giving a fringe argument, and you weren't. You were just completely not giving an argument for the topic. Like nothing you said had anything to do with the debate. Um, and so they were understanding in the fact that yes, Homo sapiens are indeed primates. Yes, we are. But that's not the debate. So they were very nice to you. For you to say that they were biased is kind of ridiculous to me, because they didn't just cut your throat and tell you, look, sir, you came here completely prepared for some other bullshit and not this debate. Like, they didn't do that. They were like really trying to consider they were really trying to consider your argument. Like, he really gave us the judge's words, and they were really trying to consider your arguments. Um, and they were telling you like you were really general. Of course, your pronunciation did make it hard to understand kind of like your entire points, but even just reading along with you, we could tell that no, sir, you needed to go have a seat at the children's table. This was so trash by you. Like, I'm talking about, it was like Cedric was beating up on a fucking kindergartner, and that's just so sad. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to Cedric, because you stepped your game up even when you didn't really have to. Because this debate, like, he really came with absolutely nothing, and I'm so okay. So I'm gonna be done talking about that, because I could talk about how retarded this man was all day. I'm gonna say, great job, Cedric. You did very well. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're gonna move on, because baby, no, he was horrible. He was so bad. Um, okay, so the next topic I have is about Spain, right? So I want to show y'all something from my sis, Tiffany French. I know y'all probably know her. If you don't know her, you probably know about her arguing a lot, but I'm just gonna play her video on it.
Spain is the first country to have a menstrual leave paid. That means when a woman is on her time of the month, she gets paid. And this law came into effect in February of 2023. Now, that would have been nice if we had that here in the United States. Do you know how many women will be able to take some days off and still get paid and not have to worry about nothing? But this is a capitalistic society. It's not going to happen. So we just got to deal with it. Pop a few ibuprofen, drink some tea, put some heating pad on, and then get up and get ready to go work the next day. I mean, it sucks. But it would be nice to get paid for being on your time of the month. I ain't even going to care. I could use that. I read where Spain is the first country to have a menstrual leave paid. That means when a woman is on her time of the month, she gets paid. And this law.
So what I'm saying is, I love that. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking in a bar about how like women go through a lot of stuff, right? And we go through a lot of it while bleeding profusely. Okay, while bleeding profusely, we go through a whole bunch, right? And we have to um like, we have to go to work, we have to shop, we have to take care of kids, we have to take care of our responsibilities and do everything while bleeding. We're in pain, we're going through stuff, and we still have to do our like just daily routines, like just everything that we do. And it seems like nobody understands the pain that we're in while we're doing it, and we've gotten so used to just having to do it that we're just used to that. Like, we just do it. We just like, okay, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to do our regular daily routine. We don't get an excuse just because we're in our period. It's not that big of a deal. And when actually it really fucking is. So the fact that people can take leave, at least take a day or two of their period to be at home and to not have to go to work and try to think while bleeding profusely and do all of the work that we're doing, however it is, whether you're lifting stuff, whether you're sitting at the desk thinking, whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? While bleeding profusely is crazy, right? So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I love Spain for that, and it's crazy that it's Spain because I really think they're the most diabolical people ever, especially given history. But it's crazy that they're the first people to do that I've heard of, and I definitely appreciate that very much. So what's the next thing I'm going to talk about? Well, of course, it's 50 Cent, right? My fellow Cancer. Um, and he did a documentary on Sean Combs called The Reckoning. Baby, it's like docu series. It's not just one. It's not a movie. It's like 4 episodes, kind of, right? Let me tell you what I was expecting from this was, I don't know. I expected it to be so petty. I expected 50 Cent. I expected it to be petty. I expected him to be like for it to like definitely 100% just slam his character the entire time. I expected all that, and it didn't do that. It showed his origins. It showed like how he grew up and why, like it was a theme. You know what I'm saying? From the time he was a child, the way his mother raised him, to the stuff he was doing when he was older. It kind of showed why he did that. Why is it that way? Why is it like this? Why he glorified this kind of lifestyle, why he did this. He was fast as a little kid, and what I'm saying, everything else too. So he, his mama was like a hood mom who just tried to keep her son out the streets, but it didn't stop him from still, glorifying the lifestyle and her glorifying it through him, right? So it told like everything and showed how he was like really a go getter. When he started with Harrell, he was like really a go getter. He was like running everywhere. He was doing everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, I could see why he did that with making a band and stuff like that. People like, oh, he's exploiting them kids and stuff. But when he wanted it, that's how he was. He was running blocks, you know what I'm saying, to get stuff and bring it back. And he was doing stuff, and he was like, because he really wanted it. And he was looking for somebody who had that kind of passion like he did too, right? But of course, like with everybody who gets big and gets beyond, they feeling that hit themselves and that power, he also did, fucked up things too, right? He overextended himself. He was doing way too much, right? And to the point that he was literally a predator. And so, that part got brought out as well. So it was like, to me, it was balanced. He gave a really balanced view of him. He didn't just 100% slam him the whole time. Everything kind of built up, but it was like you could see how quickly stuff happened. Like his rise to fame happened so fast. Him getting the money, him doing this, him doing that, him taking money and not paying people came from him being under somebody who did the same thing, and them being under somebody who did the same thing. And it's just like, so it's like a cycle. Like he learned this in the business. Like this is how you do the business type shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's just crazy how passive aggressive he was, and how like he just really played this part that wasn't like, it really wasn't him. So I can see how 50 is looking like, boy, you was not that dude. You're not that dude. Like, I know your story. You know, him getting that footage is, gee, like that's like, I think that's like historical. That's some historical shit. I don't know anybody in history that didn't been able to do some shit like that for real. And then we got 50 Cent right now. We got 50 Cent Diddy right now trying to sue them. He's trying to sue um Netflix for putting this stuff out for say for what I'm saying. He's like, this was supposed to be, you know, put out, and it's not supposed to be this. It's like hodgepodge. Like he got this legitimately. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent is a dope, and he waited, like he waited. He was saying stuff about Diddy this whole time, and it's like, if there was a God, he definitely delivered him. And but I think it's a cool thing because now we all know. You know what I'm saying? Now we all know. If you didn't know before, and you were just surmising, or you were just believing, or as much as we argued about the Cassie thing and everything else, now you know that we was all arguing about Cassie and talking all this stuff about. I think we even did a thing about it, but then you find out that they was putting out stuff in the media, and stuff that wasn't really happening was being told, and it was all kinds of shit. So, yeah, it was it's a deep documentary. I suggest everybody watch it. It's not cringy to the point where it's like you can't stomach it, but it does tell a lot, and it shows a lot about what was going on, a lot of the secrets he has, and how he bringing his kids into it and everything else. Like, it's crazy. Like, that man is sick, and it's not even like he's like. It seems like he don't even like realize he's sick. Like, some people, they know they sick, and so they like cover it up or whatever. And it seems like he really feel like he's a good guy. Like, boy, are you kidding? So you gotta y'all gotta watch. It's crazy. Yeah, really crazy. Yeah, that Diddy documentary was wild. Okay, so um all of my straight men can go ahead and leave the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna want to hear about this next person. And make sure to watch the baddies whenever we come out. Probably on the weekends. Because that's gonna be my ending video. It's just gonna be that. So you don't even have to worry about watching that. Just know that. Okay, so ladies, let me hip y'all to somebody if you ain't been hip yet. This is DO Whisperer. This is YouTube right here. You need to subscribe like I'm going to. I do that just for y'all. DL Whisperer, baby. When I say that he got the tea, like he is a person who stands for women, period. He brings out a lot of the stuff that we say.
Good morning, and of course I am the DO Whisperer. Today we're going to get into how trans maxers and DO men are the exact same. They both.
So yeah, he brings out a lot of the stuff that we say about like trans women and like encroaching upon us. About like men that we say, like, he'll call them DL flat out. Like, we'll be like, you're gay, you're whatever, but he will flat out be like, they're only DL. Let me tell you why, and let me tell you how. And he goes directly against people on platforms. He everything else. Like, he definitely stands up for Black women and for the men who like treat us crazy, and for the ones who are like definitely definitely on the DL. Right?
Listen,
so look at
I'm a
this.
man. You're not
This one
supposed to
was
stomp
funny.
on
I'm
my feelings
sorry.
and just think I'm supposed to lay over and die.
I'm starting to think that Pop the Bloom purposely brings on sassy men.
No, I'm gonna pop because you just go back and forth, and I don't like that.
I'm a man. I'm not.
Anytime he starts with "I'm a man," just know.
Hey. Okay, we'll pop your balloon. Listen,
sorry.
I'm a man. You're not supposed to stomp on my feelings and just think I'm supposed to lay over and die.
What she should have been saying is that I can hear that you're gay in your voice, and the fact that you're going back and forth with women and your voice sounds gay, it's over.
That's what's wrong with you women. Y'all used to these sissified men.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
That let y'all run all over them.
So you can tell that he would equate a man like treating his woman good to being a simp, because he's talking about women running all over. Like, listen, it's one thing to be emasculated, but I don't feel like that's what he's saying right now.
And y'all get used to it. And when you meet a real one that stand up for himself, now we sassy.
And I bet he don't stand up for himself against men. It's like.
So yeah, y'all check him out. He's funny, but he definitely brings the content and the stuff that we always are talking about. He just brings it out, like, and it's different, I guess, when it's coming from a man or a gay man and not a woman, because they feel like when we say it, we're saying it like, because you hurt our feelings or because you said something we don't like. And it's like, okay, well, this is a gay man saying that. I recognize myself in you, sir. And you know what I'm saying? Gay men, and so it's like, it's different, I guess, because it's coming from a man. I don't know, but people respect it a little bit more than with us. Also, later on today, maybe around lunchtime, it's gonna go live yesterday, because this is what made me think about it. The video from yesterday when the Barbarian I'm saying the barbarian queen, but the historian barbarian, Tiff, who is also a queen too. But she got at Asabio and whooped his ass like off the top of her head about the Ottoman Empire, right? And so he don't know that she know about that, and she definitely know about them boats, baby. Like, don't get it twisted. And he was all twisted up in that live. Y'all got to see it, baby. And it's just like, it just showed me the like misogyny. Like, these niggas, when she's talking, he has so much sass, so much issues, and then the man come in and he can be like, okay, what's going on with this? And he want to answer him like a little boy. Like, it just makes no sense, the misogyny that goes on. Same thing happened right after that when we're saying like a frisbee doesn't rotate about on legs, it doesn't do stuff. He want to argue what's down, not Asabio with somebody else, and then a man was like, well, that doesn't really happen. He was like, you know what? I'll go, okay, I'm gonna just take your word for it. Like, what? Like, but who are we? Chocolate? We're like, we don't know how a frisbee works. You understand what I'm saying? So this whole thing with the men versus women and them trying to take our shit, like, I don't like it. So yeah, like, and they don't respect us, and they don't respect the information, and it's like a big fight. And that's the reason why I have an issue with when we have these platforms with women and they just reduce you to, you know what I'm saying, your ass, your lips, you know, just relationship topics, just bullshit. You know, I don't like that. Like, yeah, we do have relationship topics, but I feel like a lot of those should be on being healthier, for one, and then two, it should be on the fact of like, why are we in this 1950s mindset when it's not 1950 and it's so far from it? Like, what is going on? Like, what really is going on? We're almost 100 years away from that, and yet y'all still want to go back to that. That's not what it's at. You men need to learn some respect, right? And I'm not saying that women don't also need to learn respect, but I mean, when you're acting like a woman, it's just like mutual combat, right? So anyway, that's just my time today. You know, good job, Cedric, and talk to y'all later.
Black daddies. Bar daddies. Bar daddies bringing information to you. Lock and load and finna get the whole crowd moving. Level up the game, make way. Bar daddies in the building. We here to fill your cup. Get this tea, get it up. Bar daddies bringing information to you. Lock and load and finna get the whole crowd moving. Level up the game, make way. Bar daddies in the building. We here to fill your cup. Get this tea, get it up. We in the building. We gon' start with us. Come on, run the mud with us. All these nuts quacking. What's a diva? Cause they not with us. Licenses, businesses. We all know just what it is. Friendship goes on. You folks wanna come and get it in. Who the sexy one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Bar ready, stepping in the building. Bet you he gon' fall. I like to stun on niggas. Come and be my trampoline. All the pseudo judo, you ho, come and watch us do our thing. You know me, research show news bound, honey. Bitch, you couldn't pass a crash test and you the dummy. Bar Betty speaking English, bar bucks and money. And it's an acquired test, I know you can't relate, bummy. And when we send that link, click that shit. Run the views up, baby, hit that link. Write your favorite baddie in the comments then. It's the bar reloaded, come on, welcome in. Bar baddies bringing information to you. Lock and load and finna get the whole crowd moving. Level up the game, make way. Bar baddies in the building. We here to fill your cup, get this tea, get it up. Bar baddies bringing information to you. Lock and load and finna get the whole crowd moving. Level up the game, make way. Bar baddies in the building. We here to fill your cup, get this tea, get it up.
What Betty stay population for Barbelonia the bounce. Cause Shay and Tay rested and honey make your diva life look bummy.